Hi everybody, it's me Jill and welcome to Jill Informed. If you're tuning in for the first time, looking for a recap of RuPaul's Drag Race, welcome! This is actually the first time I have ever seen an episode of RuPaul's Drag Race. I actually really loved it and I'm excited for next week. But just a disclaimer that this is where I'm coming from. I am going to recap everything that happened in the episode and give my thoughts and opinions along the way from the perspective of somebody who's brand new to all of it. So I hope you stick around and enjoy. Spoiler alert, if you have not yet watched this episode of season 10 of RuPaul's Drag Race, I will be revealing the names of the challenge winners as well as the name of the contestant being eliminated at the end of this episode. You have been warned. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, so this was the first episode of season 10. It was a 2-hour episode. I'm going to start off by introducing each of the girls. We start with Eureka, who is 27 years old, and she's from Johnson City, Tennessee. Right away, I'm confused because Eureka says that she was on last season also. And I thought these were going to be all new girls, but Eureka is the exception because last season got cut short for her because she got injured. Then we have Asia O'Hara, who is 35 years old and from Dallas. She really, to me, looked like she could have been on Real Housewives of Dallas. Next was Ms. Cracker. She's 33 years old and she's from New York City. And Ms. Cracker is the first of many that are from New York City. Then we have Yuha Hamasaki. She is 27 years old and also from New York City. And she and Ms. Cracker know each other. Then, an early favorite for me, Blair St.Clair. I am getting Emma Stone realness from her. She is a baby. She's 22. She looks 12. So adorable. She's very Broadway and I immediately fell in love with her. She's from Indianapolis. Then Monet Exchange. I am loving the names, by the way. She's from the Bronx. Another New Yorker. Cameron Michaels is 31 and she is from Nashville. Next was Mayhem Miller, who's 35 and from Riverside, California. I kind of liked Mayhem. Next was Calorie Kardashian Williams, 27 from Albuquerque, New Mexico, of all places. I don't see that as like the drag queen capital of the world, but so cute. Although, here's my thing. I'm wondering if she's a one-trick pony. She's a bigger girl and her thing is kind of twerking and that might be her only thing, but we're still early, right? Monique Hart, 31, is from Kansas City, Missouri. Dusty Ray Bottoms, 29, is another New Yorker. I was not loving Dusty. Dusty is the one whose signature look is to have the dots all over her face. That might make her stand out and maybe I'll get used to that. But first impression was, I don't love the dots. Okay, then we have the Vixen, who's from Chicago, homegirl, represent. I don't know why I just did that. I have no business accidentally flashing gang signs, so I'm not sure what came over me there, but all right, so the Vixen came in real hot, real fast, and I'm not sure I'm liking that. I feel like her costume game is a little weak. She did say that her thing was like political, so maybe I'm just not understanding her yet. Like the first thing out of her mouth was, I came to fight, or I'm here to fight, something like that. So I thought, that's a little aggressive out of the gate, but we'll see. Next was Vanessa Vanjie Mateo, 25 years old from Tampa, Florida. I didn't have a strong feeling either way about her opening thing. She's pretty, but... And finally, Aquaria, who's only 21 years old, from New York City again. I think all of the New Yorkers know each other. And apparently in the drag queen circuit in New York City, there's a lot of confusion between Aquaria and Ms. Cracker. And they do look alike. They do their makeup very similarly, and I can understand that, although there's a 12-year age difference, but so we may have a little rivalry kind of brewing between those two. Anyway, okay, so that's the opening, and that's all the girls, and they're getting to know each other a little bit, and then RuPaul comes in, and he comes in the room and he welcomes everybody, and the winner gets a 1-year supply of Anastasia Beverly Hills Cosmetics and a cash prize of $100,000. So then he announces what the mini challenge is going to be. And I don't really understand the mini challenge. He brings back a bunch of the old contestants, I think from the past 10 years, and they are the judges, and it's like a runway, and they just have to kind of vamp down the runway, I guess. Was that what the whole challenge was? I don't know. So one at a time, they go down the runway doing all their moves and stuff. Right off the bat, I'm feeling like this is a little lackluster. I don't know, Eureka did not have much energy, and she kind of slips, and I was worried for her. But there's a lot of cartwheels, there were a lot of splits happening, and it got better as it went along, but I really just felt like nobody was kind of bringing their A game. In some ways, it was just kind of a hot mess. I mean, Eureka slipped and almost fell. Vixen was losing her skirt. It was just okay for me in terms of a challenge. Also, it didn't feel fair. I felt like some of the girls were friends with these judges, and so that didn't seem totally fair either, but you know, like I said, I'm just learning this whole thing, so maybe that's just par for the course. I don't know. So after that, they all go back into the main dressing room, and they're all getting out of their drag clothes and makeup, and they're taking their makeup off and everything, and Miss Cracker could not tell who anybody was out of drag. Oh, and Cameron Michaels, just in his underwear, and he's got all these like rippling muscles, and the other girls are like, whoa, where did you come from? So RuPaul comes back to announce that the winner of that mini challenge was Monet Exchange, and she wins a $2,000 gift card, which I thought was a good prize for a mini challenge. Then he announces what the Maxi-challenge is going to be, and it's a throwback to season 1, the very first challenge they ever had. And I am so excited because I've never seen the show before, and I almost feel like I'm getting in on the very beginning by seeing the very first challenge. And this one is called Drag on a Dime. All these beautiful boys come in with these shopping carts, and it's filled with things from the dollar store. And just using those things and nothing else, they have to create a look. I don't know how much time they have to do it. I wasn't seeing like a clock running or anything, but everyone's kind of racing around to grab the stuff they want before somebody else gets it. And it was fun. They're all sewing frantically and putting together their outfits, cutting pool noodles and sponges, and everyone's like frantically going crazy. Side note, Yuha, I would never in a million years, if I saw Yuha on the street, think that that was a man. Even out of drag, Yuha has like the finest facial features. So pretty. All right, so everybody's like frantically working, and Eureka keeps going to other people's stations and like just chit-chatting. And I haven't seen a single thing that Eureka did, and I'm actually getting really worried for her. The only thing I saw her take was a stuffed dog because she wanted to have like a little dog in a purse. And that's great, but like, girl, get going on your outfit. I was like kind of stressing at home because we kept seeing everybody else's stuff except Eureka's. Now it's time for the big show and for them to show their outfits on the main stage. And everyone's getting their makeup and hair done. And somebody mentions that Ms. Cracker is doing that eyebrow that turns down at the end. Then you cut to see that Aquaria has a very similar eyebrow. I don't know who did it first. There's a little rivalry going on there, and I know that's going to turn into something big. I just know it. Okay, so out on the main stage, RuPaul comes out and just looking fierce in this black and white bodysuit. Gorgeous white hair, perfect look. He announces the judges, and it's Michelle Visage, and I don't know who that is. I'm gonna have to Google her because I don't know who she is. Then Carson Kressley and Ross Matthews. Now the show gets started, and this is, they call it the snapshot, I guess. The first one out is Aquaria. Aquaria has a Mary Had a Little Lamb thing going on. It was just okay for me. First of all, let me just say this. I was impressed with all of them because of the material they had to work with and the time constraint and everything. And I do think they're all incredibly talented. But having said that, I didn't love this look. Next was Asia, and I also didn't love her look. I couldn't even tell what was on the body. It was all colorful, fluffy stuff. The best part to me was that she had like one of those hand shopping carts on her head filled with things, a piñata and some other stuff. That was the only really defining thing about her whole outfit though. Calorie had made an entire dress out of play money, I guess, dollar bills all over. It was okay. I don't know why I'm being so picky, but this is just my like first impressions of these outfits. Blair St. Clair. I love her so much. I don't know if that's gonna change. I don't know if she's gonna make it far, but I'm telling you right now, my first impression is, oh, I want that little girl to win. She's so cute. She's got this look that she has made with sun visor you put in your windshield. She's made a whole skirt out of it. This whole outfit with black and silver, and it's very chic and it's very old Hollywood kind of looking to me. I love it. I love the look. I love her. Dusty Bottoms. Unfortunately, Dusty Ray Bottoms comes out right after Blair St. Clair because they were both using those sun visors. It was a different look, but I didn't like it as well. Also had a silver traffic cone on her head. Maybe I just didn't get it. That's actually quite possible. Monet had made her outfit all out of sponges. That was interesting. I feel like she put a lot of work into it. She had cut them up, and so they were all these little sort of jagged, uneven pieces of sponge all over. I thought it was kind of interesting. Vixen is making it hard for me to root for my homegirl. She used pool noodles, but it just wasn't good enough. They didn't cover the whole outfit. I don't know what she had underneath. It was black, or maybe it was just a bodysuit, but these pool noodles were just kind of, it almost looked a little Jetsons-ish, but not good enough. Mayhem came out in black garbage bags for the skirt and black latex gloves for the top and a hat. And thigh-high black boots. That was maybe the first one that I felt looked like an actual real dress. That was cool. I liked that look a lot. Eureka, who I was so worried about, I loved her outfit. She came out, yes, she had the doggy in a purse. She had this big A-line skirt. I don't know if it was like a tablecloth or a shower curtain that it was made out of, but it was adorable. The top was candy pasted on all over, pretty little pink colors and very Elle Woods. It was really cute. And because I was so worried, maybe I was like, oh, you did it, girl, you pulled that off. Monique's outfit was all from playing cards. It was a ruffly kind of a short skirt, top, and she had this big sort of cowl behind her head. It was okay. I don't know what the skirt and stuff was made out of, but if she just used cards, it really wasn't enough. Vanjie, Vanessa, I did not like this one. It was flowers all over, but it looked like a bathing suit almost. It didn't have a skirt to it really, unless it was just a super short skirt. To me, it just looked like all she did was glue a bunch of flowers all around her body. Yuha had used a roll of caution tape. Now, two things about this. One is that I thought it looked really good. I thought the way she put it together, it all came over like a halter top. She had it around the waist, and then it was a floor length, almost like with a train, all these pieces going vertically. And so as she walked around, they kind of flowed around with her. And that was the good part. The bad part is, I think it was an easy out. You know, you grab a roll of caution tape, it was just strips. It was super easy to do. I know I could have made that dress and I couldn't have made the others. So I don't think the effort was there, but it looked good. Finally, we had Ms. Cracker, and she had used straw hats and a shower curtain. I thought this was just okay too. Now, she came out like she was a widow at her husband's funeral, I guess. So here's the things I liked about it. I liked the pillbox hat. I liked the collar. That was all from the brim of the sun hat. The skirt was the shower curtain. It didn't wow me, but I was impressed with what she did with dollar store stuff. So that one was just okay for me. Next, RuPaul calls out the name of 7 girls: Aquaria, Asia, Cameron, Monet, Vixen, Eureka, and Monique. And he tells all of them they're safe, which I thought Eureka had one of the top looks, so I was surprised that she was just safe, but I was glad she was safe. So now we're just left with the others on stage, and RuPaul says, well, I have one more announcement. I'm bringing back one more queen. And everyone's got these looks on their faces like, oh, come on, what now? Why are you doing this? Someone said, already Eureka got to come back from last season. So we see this person come out onto the stage in profile, big pink wig and beautiful beaded gown. And he says, I'm bringing back Pheromone. Okay, now I don't know who Pheromone is. I'm sure some of you do. Apparently Pheromone was from a past season. Nobody seems very happy about this. Then she turns forward and it's Christina Aguilera. Yeah. So everybody's just thrilled and going gaga and happy and clapping and excited. And then RuPaul announces that she's going to be a guest judge and that she's been watching from backstage. So of the girls who are left, RuPaul announces Cracker, Blair, Mayhem. They come up to the front and he says, Cracker, Blair, you're safe. Mayhem, you're the winner of the Maxi-challenge. And Mayhem wins a trip to Hawaii. So now we have Calorie Kardashian, Dusty Ray Bottoms, and Vanessa Vanjie Mateo. These 3 are the bottom looks of the week. And RuPaul tells Dusty that she is safe. For those of you who are new to this like I am, what happens now is that the bottom 2 have to lip sync for their lives. And whoever wins that is safe and the other person goes home. This week they have to lip sync to Ain't No Other Man by none other than Ms. Christina Aguilera. So the way this works is they're lip syncing this song together and each of them takes a part, and I don't know how that got coordinated. If that's something they figure out ahead of time just in case you're in the bottom 2, I'm not sure how that works because they each seemed to know when it was their turn to sing, unless they're just like winging it. I don't know. But it seemed really well coordinated to me. So like 4 seconds in, Calorie is losing her skirt, and I knew that skirt was going to come off because her bread and butter is the twerking. She could not twerk in that skirt. There she is in her little leotard, twerking her heart out. And, oh, Vanjie, sweet, sweet Vanjie. Vanjie was doing her best. She was rolling around. She was working the stage, but Vanjie lost a shoe along the way. So I don't think that did her any favors because in the end, Calorie was safe and poor, sweet Vanessa Vanjie Mateo, I barely knew you. It was time for her to sashay away. Anyway, that was fun, and I'm looking forward to recapping the next episode. I hope you guys are too. If you haven't yet subscribed to Jill Informed, please do so. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and please comment down below. Correct me on things I got wrong. Help me out here. I'm just learning. Tell me what your favorite part of the show was. And also, I think it would be fun to know, who do you guys think is gonna win? Let's see how we do week by week. Me, week 1, Blair St. Clair. I just love her. But it might change as things go along. My opinion might change. But for right now, put me down for Blair St. Clair. Let me know who your favorite is in the comments down below. All right, that's it for me. Please come on back next Thursday at 1 p.m. Central Time for the next recap of RuPaul's Drag Race. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.